What if the final clue to Jack and Lily's disappearance was right in front of us this whole time, and only now it's come to light? Across TikTok threads, Reddit posts, and YouTube deep dives, this case has racked up over 80 million views. A nation of strangers, holding their breath together, clinging to a mystery that refuses to let go. And tonight, there's something new. A fresh lead. A whisper that could shatter 2 years of silence wide open. You can feel it, can't you? That dread in your chest. The faint spark of hope you're almost scared to admit you feel. Stick with me, because what you're about to hear might change everything. And if you've seen something, said something, don't hold back. Drop it below. Your tip could be the one that matters. Jack and Lily. 2 kids with whole lives ahead of them. Bright, funny, full of energy. And then, gone. No warning. No goodbye. Just silence. It started as a normal day in a quiet town. A town where people still left their doors unlocked. But when Jack and Lily didn't come home, that small town calm cracked wide open. Parents stopped letting their kids walk to school alone. Porch lights stayed on through the night. And before long, the whispers turned into headlines. Reddit threads lit up. TikTok filled with theories. Instagram sleuths shared timelines, maps, even blurry screenshots that people swore were clues. Everyone was searching, piecing together scraps of digital breadcrumbs. And yet, nothing. No confirmed sighting. No safe return. Just question after question, echoing louder as the months dragged on. The families never stopped begging for answers. Year after year, holidays passed with 2 empty chairs. Birthdays with candles unlit. Their pleas grew rare. Their voices broke on camera. And slowly, painfully, the story began to fade from the feeds. But then something shifted. A new message. A tiny ripple online. And that digital whisper? It might just be turning into a shout. It was late at night when the first message landed. Not to police. Not to the media. But to an armchair detective on Instagram. Someone who'd spent sleepless nights combing through hashtags, digging into timelines most people had long forgotten. The message was short, almost cryptic. A location. A time. A strange sound caught in a live stream. And attached at the bottom, a blurry geotag that didn't quite line up with anything on the map. At first glance, it looked like nothing. But digital crumbs can matter more than anyone realizes. A TikTok duet replayed at half speed. A Discord chat log quietly saved before it disappeared. Metadata hiding in the background of a screenshot. These fragments, scattered across the internet, might be meaningless alone. But stitched together, they could be the thread that unravels everything. The person who received that message wasn't a cop or a reporter. Just a regular person. An amateur sleuth who refused to stop searching. Empathetic. Relentless. Someone who knew, deep down, what it meant to have a loved one vanish and never return. And for them, this wasn't just another theory. It was a spark. A direction. A reason to believe Jack and Lily's trail hadn't gone completely cold. So I'll ask you, have you seen something strange online? A comment that didn't sit right? A video you can't stop replaying? Tag it. Screenshot it. Save it. Because your message could be the one that pushes this story forward. The geotag wasn't clear. At first, it pointed to nothing more than an empty stretch of highway. But investigators, official and unofficial, didn't stop there. They pulled the thread. And with each tug, something new came loose. Time shift with me for a moment. A text message sent at 1:42 a.m., but the reply? Deleted. A Discord log that shows someone online at the same time the live stream played. A geolocation ping that doesn't match the story someone swore under oath. The trail wasn't straight. It bent, it looped, it contradicted itself. Timestamps clashed. Posts were edited. Entire accounts disappeared overnight, like someone wanted this trail buried before anyone noticed. And yet, through all the noise, pieces started to take shape. A DM that hinted at a meeting place. An image with the metadata stripped, but not perfectly. A profile picture swapped out after someone asked too many questions. For Jack and Lily's families, every flicker of evidence was hope, but it was fragile hope. Every misimage, every ghosted reply, every status left on scene felt like another punch to the chest. For a moment, it looked like we were closing in. Like the answers were finally just around the corner. But then, like so many times before, the trail buckled, and the silence returned. Then, it happened. At 4 a.m., a new snippet appeared online. A shaky live stream, posted for barely 5 minutes before it was deleted. The camera wandered through a dark stretch of forest, grainy and hard to watch. But if you slowed it down, if you froze the frame, you could see it. Draped over a fallen log, a jacket. Jack's jacket. Pause the video. Do you see it? That familiar stripe across the sleeve. The one his mother described, the one in every missing flyer. To help break it down, we turned to a cold case investigator. No jargon, just straight talk. And they explained, grainy or not, this matters. A live stream pins a time, a location, a signal, even if it was deleted. Digital traces don't just vanish. The family saw the clip too. Jack's sibling barely whispering as the video played again and again. It's him. It has to be. The weight of that moment was unbearable. For the first time in years, hope didn't just flicker, it flared. But here's the thing. That forest, that ridge, that jacket, somebody watching right now might recognize it. Maybe you've hiked those trails. Maybe you've driven past that tree line at dawn. If you do, say it. Say it now in the comments. Because that one detail you notice could be the key to finding Jack and Lily. Once the live stream surfaced, the tips started pouring in. A hiker swore they passed that same ridge just weeks ago and saw tire tracks that didn't belong there. A long-haul trucker reported a figure darting across the road near the county line just before dawn. And then came the drone footage. Shaky, unfocused, but in the distance, something moved. Something human-shaped. Most of these leads? They went nowhere. The ridge was empty. The road, too dark for confirmation. The drone footage, inconclusive. But a few made the hair stand up on the back of your neck. A silhouette. A muffled voice. A flash of color that matched Lily's hoodie. None of it confirmed. Not yet. And still, the energy shifted. People who had stopped talking about Jack and Lily started whispering again. Started watching. Started hoping. For the families, this was torture and salvation at once. Old voicemails replayed just to hear their voices. Crumpled photographs held tight, corners worn soft from years of clutching. Each new tip was a lifeline and a reminder of just how many times hope had been ripped away before. And in the middle of all this noise, one question pressed down heavier than the rest. What if they're closer than we think? And then, just when it felt like the trail was fading again, the drone tip led to something no one expected. Investigators returned to that forest margin. And this time, they found more than shadows. Fresh footprints. 2 sets. Pressed deep into the dirt, as if someone had been moving quickly. Running. For the first time in years, officials are now fully alert. The quiet search has turned into something louder. Something urgent. And here's where you come in. If you were near that ridge, that forest, that highway, if you drove it, hiked it, camped it, you may have seen something without realizing it. A sound you brushed off. A figure you didn't pay attention to. Look back. Think again. Because details that felt small in the moment could be huge now. The families are holding their breath. Hope. Fear. Urgency. We are closer than we've ever been. But we still need you. Jack and Lily are still out there. Don't let anyone tell you different. This new evidence, it's not just pixels on a screen. It's breath on a lens. It's movement in the silence. It's the spark of a trail that refuses to die. And here's what matters now. Every comment, every message, every screenshot. We see them. We're watching them. And we know, sometimes the smallest detail is the one that cracks the whole case wide open. So if you know anything, no matter how small, no matter how strange, drop it now. Share this story. Tag it. Push it forward. Because the more eyes on this, the better the chance Jack and Lily finally come home. Don't scroll past. Don't forget. This isn't over. Music fades in low, steady, a pulse you can feel more than hear. The screen lingers on their photos, then fades to black, leaving the tension hanging, unfinished, promising more to come.